Welcome. Thank you very much for giving up your time. Special thanks to Nicola. She's supportive of this bid that we're trying to put into the town, supportive of Abingdon. To you guys, thanks for giving up your time. This Abingdon bid started about 18 months ago. After a feasibility study by the Choose Abingdon Partnership, we spoke to you businesses, we spoke to the Chamber of Commerce, and we spoke to the Abingdon Business Alliance. And we started to get the ideas together to create the bid. By introducing the bid, the £800,000 that we could invest in this town, I really, truly believe we can make Abingdon the success it deserves to be, and for you to be successful as well. You've got the business plan. We will be sending out more. There's plenty on the tables here. Please take a copy. We've got our website, abingdon.bid. We are constantly updating that. Please check into that. Log in and connect into Twitter as well. We like you to follow. We want you to hear and see what's actually going on. There are 200 plus bids in this country, and they are really very successful. Don't take my word for it or the team's word for it. I'd like you to listen to these guys.
What actually is a bid? A business improvement district is a geographically bound entity, and it's a time-limited entity. If you as businesses vote yes, you will have to pay a compulsory levy on your business rates. But you also have control over how that is spent. So what has the bid delivered for Lancaster? What have we seen change over the last 2.5 years that the bid has been in existence? We've employed a bid ambassador. This is a security company who dedicates 16 hours a week to patrolling our streets. We have augmented the cleansing hours that the City Council pays for a city centre. We've installed planting. We did a graffiti clean-up recently. We also have an events and promotions budget. We're trying to encourage people to come into your shops. It's free to the businesses because you've already paid your levy. We've also generated for Lancaster a destination brochure, again in partnership with the City Council. It didn't exist before we actually stepped up and said, we think we should do this. And then we also do sponsorship. So if a business is doing up their shop front, then they can come to us and they can ask us for money to contribute towards it. Some of the events that we fund attract an awful lot of additional funding. So our fireworks display, for instance, Lancaster bid puts £10,000 in. The Arts Council puts in more than £90,000 in. So we can actually say that we are attracting more than £90,000 per year of additional spend in Lancaster that would not exist if that bid did not exist. When the bid first existed in Lancaster in 2013, that enabled the City Council to apply to the European Development Fund. They attracted almost £500,000 of additional spend on the streetscape in Lancaster that again would not have happened had the bid not been in place. The bottom line is that this bid for you is not about the money. Your lowest contribution will be around £175 or £200, £75. You will be able to buy an advert for that amount of money for a short space of time in a local publication. But what the bid will bring you is communication. Communication with your town council. Communication with each other. Shared marketing opportunities that you won't get elsewhere. You will also be able to ask for things that you couldn't ask for as an individual.
One of the things that's been very successful is we do group recycling, a group buying exercise essentially for recycling services, and that has seen that we can provide a saving for most of the companies in the town, and a lot of the businesses like pubs particularly and restaurants, a lot of them are able to get their bid levy payment back from the savings that we get. We brought in agency support, so our own Mary Portus, he's not quite the same as Mary Portus, but he goes around the businesses and help them with things like marketing and window displaying and just trying to go through business plans with them and how they can plan for the future. And that's been very successful as well.
We've all been in those meetings, we've all been in those organisations where we sit around a table, We talk about all the issues, and then we come back a month later and we do exactly the same again, and that happens month after month after month after month. That's not what a bid does. A bid is a delivery vehicle to effect change. We'd spent 12 months consulting with the businesses, saying, look, you've got this pot of money, what do you want to spend it on? Inevitably, a lot of them said, well, we don't really know. So we had lots of working groups, lots of working parties looking at it. And for us, our biggest problem is marketing. We're having tremendous traction at the moment with social media. I can't stand social media. I hate it with a passion. But I also appreciate that it's the best forum for me to get my message out there. So we pay a company to do it for us professionally. And we get some real good success with it. Over the last 3 years, we're in double-digit footfall growth. So we're bucking the national trends tremendously. Our vacancy rates are at 7.2%, where the national average is up at nearly 14-15 at the moment. Last year, for every pound of levy that we raised an additional 83 pence in commercial revenue. So last year we raised £180,000 additional income for the bid in 1 year. What has that done? Well, it's allowed the bid to operate completely free of charge. So all of our management costs are covered by that additional income, and then some more besides. So every penny of the levy that the business have invested has gone on projects, not on paying wages or running costs. We employ 1.5 sounds odd, 1.5 town ambassadors. We like to call them our concierge because that's what they are. They're a mobile customer service in the town centre. A lot of bids call them street rangers, and they'll deal with a whole different spectrum of problems. Some of them it's antisocial behaviour, as you've heard there. Some of them it's about dirty towns, various things. We don't suffer with that, thankfully. We haven't got a dirty town, we haven't got a particularly rough town. So we took the other chance and said, actually, we want our rangers, our concierge, to be a customer service, so a very smartly dressed customer host in the town centre helping visitors about. Get involved with the bid. You can achieve more together, and I've heard lots of stories tonight around the room of, well, what am I going to benefit from it? If the high street's busy, every business is busy. It's not always an immediate return, but over the long term, over 5 years, if your high street's busy, every business will benefit.